I need to make sure that. Ah man, I forgot. Man, that's what keeps holding me back, honestly. That's what keeps holding me back. You know what, Alfred? You and Smith say the same thing. But where does it always lead you back to? Right to the baddest bitch called gold. Smith and you and Smith do said the same thing. Gold is just too easy to trade. To ever give it up. Y'all just have to drop y'all NQ tendency. She's not the NQ. You can't trade her that way. I mean, you can get. I mean, if you see like a breakout or something, you can get in heavy and scalp. Yeah, for sure. But she moves like the Nasdaq, but trades like the ES. You like when you trade gold, you gotta have the mindset of trading the ES, but she moves like she's the Nasdaq. So that's what makes her the baddest. She's the best of both worlds. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you only have the CME connection. I mean, this long is still kind of iffy for me, though. It's still kind of iffy because we double topped at 4K. Double topped at 4K. I mean, are we going to take out 4K? I mean, that's the question. Are we going to take it out? I mean, I'm pretty sure that. You say that'll lead to a blown account? Well, I will say that gold has. And okay, well, let me say this first. Every situation that I've been in where gold has snatched away my account, I was abusing her. She's never let me down when I've treated her nicely, when I spoke to her nicely, treated her nicely, caressed her, tell her how much I care about her, tell her how much she means to me. I haven't been in a situation where she's blown my account. The only time I get that is when, I start trading foolishly. So, but there has been times where gold has, believe it or not, shown mercy. She has shown me mercy a couple of times. And what do I do with that mercy? Sometimes I just throw it right back in her face and say, try again, blow my account this time. In my opinion, it's very hard to blow your account on gold if you're trading her correctly. But when gold moves and these moves are clean, it's hard not to abuse her, man. It's hard not to just dog her out. Throw on like 20 contracts on her, because when she starts moving, like I said, she moves like the Nasdaq, and you can make a lot of money the way that she moves. Hey, what's up, Tony? You say you're not going to take the abuse? GC. Once, like when I'm in the scalping mood, instead of putting on all these micros and paying all this commission. It's not like I'm gonna break these. It's so when it comes to gold, I don't break the position up. I just take out. I have one position and one target. I don't spread it out. Yeah, me too, Tony. Me too. I can't imagine my life without gold. She's been so nice. She's been so right to me. The price action is clean. Shit, I have PTSD from trading the Nasdaq for so long. It took me about a couple of years, or I started trading gold early this year. It took me this entire year to just to realize that okay, gold is not here to collect accounts. She's not here to fake out, to manipulate, to hurt. She's not here for that. She's just here to work. She's here to provide clean, safe price action that you can profit from. Yeah, what's up, Cave Trader? He says gold futures come first. Yeah, I definitely agree. Cave Trader. Gold was uh, 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 oh yeah, he said gold is dirty. I mean, like I said, man, it's it's one of the biggest challenge for Nasdaq traders is just differentiating between gold and the Nasdaq. I'm saying that from personal experience. Like I said, it's taken me a while to accept that gold is not the Nasdaq. That she trades more like the ES but moves like the Nasdaq. You gotta, when you pull up a gold chart, you always have to tell yourself that as a Nasdaq trader. She trades like the ES but moves like the Nasdaq. And that's a great thing. It's really a great thing. It really is. It's a great thing that she trades this way. Because unlike the ES needs to, gold does need to create structure like the ES, but she doesn't have to do the same thing like the ES. Like the ES will just chop, 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 drop, chop, all just chopping. But gold doesn't need to chop. Not saying that gold won't chop. And maybe gold has chopped in the past. I mean, I can only go off of the price action from this year because this is the only year that I've really focused and traded on and traded gold. So ES been trading like that since as long as I remember. Oh shit. This right here. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely enjoy trading market structure. Look at that. Look at that. We had a micro break and retest of the trend, and we had a can I use the word macro here? Okay, we can use the word macro. We had the macro trend right here. Look, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, I thought that this was the break and retest that was going to send us lower, but look how the market fakes the first breakdown, pulls back up to the trend line, and then we get the real dump. So it happened on the micro and macro scale. You gotta love market structure. As above, so below. Gotta love it. Have to love it. Once I saw this, man, I got into this thing. I was able to make some money on my in my Apex PA account. I will say that I would have to give that a 90, even though I did make money. I did trade after the 10:30 or the 10 o'clock cutoff, but the price action was just too good. I just couldn't pass it up. So I kind of broke my rule today on trading my funded accounts after 10 o'clock on gold. But today it was moving. Usually I would not do that. The bulls were trying to complete their market objective by getting the 4K, and they finally got there. So yeah, she definitely did. Yeah, DCA gold is dangerous. Don't ever do that. Especially if it breaks structure. Do not ever DCA a gold position once she breaks structure. She runs stops. Just like Tony says, she is a stop digger. She is a stop digger. She loves these stops. Now, I'm not saying she's a stop digger, but she's not messing with those. I'm gonna have to think about that. But anyway, she runs stops. If she breaks structure, you do not DCA. You take the loss because she's going to the next level of support. She's going to the next level of support. And hold on, did you DCA tonight? So Alfred, that 4K level, if you got in at that after it double topped at that 4K level, yeah. Usually when you see a double, like a big double top on gold, it's if you're not going to get into it short, you're going to have to wait for the reversal or the long. Because it's not going, like it's not going to because you got to think about it. Everybody's taking their profits at this double top right here. I mean, you already got the breaker structure, you got the pullback, you got a retest of the high, and buying this leg down as the bulls are selling out of their position and the bears are selling into it. It's going to be hard for the bulls to find support, or late bulls to find support in this move. You kind of have to wait for a market shift. And usually a market shift consists of this move right here. And gold does this move consistently. The market likes to find support, push up, double top at the lows, and then take out this high. This is the market structure shift pattern that you should look for. Because if the market doesn't do this, 9 times out of 10, it's going to continue to go in that one direction. And that's why we should appreciate that gold trades like the ES, because this is how the ES trade. If you're a gold trader, I'm pretty sure you can go to the ES and be very profitable, but it's definitely different. I feel that the concepts are all the same. Gold and ES like to move in 10-point increments, at least 10 points. And if you can get something extra, I mean, it's just that you'll make more money in gold than ES. So I can take one gold ES contract and make way more money than one ES contract. You say you went long around 39.82. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Because it pushed up from this low. Well, Alfred, I don't know what time frame you use, but another trick that you can use so you can avoid getting faked out by gold is you got to pay attention to that short term 21 EMA. If price is rejecting off of it, it's best to actually have it break above that short term and medium term EMA. But like I said, you kind of have to watch for this, the retest of that low, and then this market structure shift. Hey, yo, what's up, Knife Art? What's up? All right. Well, I mean, I'm 6 points in. We'll see if I think the target can get hit tonight. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to let this one run overnight. Pretty sure. You said it's 10:30 a.m. Yeah, and I remember you telling us. How is it over there though? Compared to the United States, what are some things that you like and don't like since the move, if you don't mind sharing? All right. But so the market basically gave back this entire move. So if you were with me this morning, we literally caught the retest of this trade, and we was able to get every single target hit, even the runner on this position. So that was definitely a good trade. The market traded to the orb low, swept the liquidity underneath this orb low, and then took out the pre-market high. And ever since it's taken out this high, we're seeing the market retrace. Now, kind of going. So I do have some ranges that I'm looking at for tomorrow. This first one is kind of iffy. It's kind of iffy. I'm not. Because it can kind of go either way here. Either the market is going to find support at a range between 95 and 75, or we could potentially see the market find support around like 55 or something like that. So we could potentially see like somewhere in this area right here, we can see the bulls kind of step up and we can see a bounce. Maybe not a reversal, but a bounce. I mean, overall, the market is still bullish. The market is still bullish overall. Yeah, this is a 300K account. Okay. I've seen a lot of TikTokers talk about going to Asia, especially China. If China is if China is like what the influencers are showing on TikTok, I would not mind traveling to China and living in the future, supposedly. And I guess if you're afraid of heights, don't go to China because everything is above ground level. Apparently. Okay. And then I'm also looking for 20. So if the Nasdaq, if we see a big move on the Nasdaq, I'm looking for the market to take out this entire move, potentially 975 to about 955. Taking out this entire move, and we could potentially see a bounce, probably back up into this range. I don't think it takes out this low at 923, at least not the first attempt, but we'll see. Oh, it's Apex. And yo, congratulations on that, man. I remember you sharing that you've taken multiple payouts from your TPT accounts. You took out the full amount, closed it, and then you started again. Honestly, I'm surprised they let you do it. I'm surprised they let you do it. Oh, really? Oh, so you got a visa? Okay. Is it a work visa or is it a travel visa? How can you not love gold? This thing works during every session. It would be nice if the NASDAQ would move like this during Asia instead of chopping around. Honestly, I really don't know why the market doesn't move around this time because I feel like it should. I really feel like it should, but it doesn't. We'll see like a small continuation from the previous session, but it just sucks that this thing doesn't move. Mm, okay. Okay. He said it wears you down. Oh no, so you was actually Alfred, you was in the same we had the same entry, right? You said 3982, right? Oh shit, we had the same entry. Come on, Alfred, give Gold a second chance. Give her a second chance. I mean, I gave her a second chance. You know, honestly, I felt the same way, Alfred. I didn't think that this long was going to work. The only reason why I didn't close it is because I'm stubborn. Like I said, I don't want to feel regret. Regret is painful. Regret is something that I can take a loss. Or let me rephrase that. I can accept that I can be wrong. I can't accept running away from a fight. I can't accept that. That is a cognitive dissonance for me. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. I can't. Every time that I've closed out early because I was concerned that the market was going to stop me out, and then it goes in my direction and hits my target, that does something to me. It makes me want to revenge. Even though there's no reason to revenge. I mean, I closed out the position. Oh yeah. See, yeah, you can't do that with I mean, I guess you can, but gold is definitely buy as it goes. Hold on. You buy as gold goes down. It's yeah. Oh, honestly, yeah. If you really think about it, so I mean, let's think about it. You buy as gold go down as it goes down because like this range right here. Let's just say that I mean you added gold does pull back. I mean, gold is not going to necessarily go straight up. That's why it's somewhat dangerous to add as it goes up because it pulls back. It's always better to buy gold as it's going down. So like right there, like if I set my limit right there and the market is going up and I'm waiting for the market to pull back and fill my limit, then I have all this upside and all this potential downside versus buying it as it goes up and then it could potentially pull back. Gold pulls back. So the good rule of thumb is don't buy gold as it goes up, buy it as it goes down and sell it as it goes higher. She's not the Nasdaq. You can get away with it on the Nasdaq, just not gold. It's going to catch up to you eventually if you keep doing it. Oof. So I feel, in my opinion, the best account that Apex offers is the 300K account because it's the only account that actually feels like a real account. I'm not worried about the trailing drawdown at all. I have $7,500 of drawdown, which is great. Honestly, There is, I stopped buying the 250Ks because there is a difference. That extra 1,000 or yeah, $1,000 of drawdown. Is it 250K, 6,000 or 65? Whatever it is. That extra drawdown on the 300Ks have saved a lot of my accounts. It's kind of hard to blow those accounts if you're trading correctly. However, depending on how much, because it took me 30 days to pass the last account. It took me 30 days. And I was only trading 4 micro contracts. I'm now trading 7 contracts, and now I'm trading gold and the Nasdaq in this account. So I should have this account pass probably in less than 30 days, maybe 20. Maybe 20. Oof. Yeah. K Trader, that's absolutely right. If you're copy trading, the 50Ks are definitely a great option as well. I mean, if you're trading multiple 50Ks and if you're copy trading multiple 50Ks, you can make 3K and in probably a week, depending on how you're trading. $2,500 a drawdown goes really quick if you're heavy. If you're heavy, that goes by really quick. If I was trading the 50Ks, I probably trade maybe the 4 micros, probably like 5 micros, probably. Well, maybe a little bit smaller than that. I'll probably trade the 4 micros. Yeah, 4 micros on those accounts. Mm. Oh, I haven't traded Bull Knox at all. If I'm not mistaken, isn't Bull Knox very similar to Apex? Yeah. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Cave Trader. I always have to remind myself that these accounts are small businesses. Well, I don't want to use the word small. These prop accounts are startups. They're literally startups. They are literally startups. You're literally using a technology to trade the financial markets. You're using different tools, DOMs, charts, chart software, so you can trade on the chart. This is literally a startup. And if you treat it as such, it will pay you as a startup. But like I said, I spoke about this trader. I came across this guy named Trades by Sai. We have a very similar style. He calls it ICC. I just call it the break and retest. It really doesn't matter what you call it. It's the same thing. He trades gold and Nasdaq, and this guy makes millions of dollars trading. Millions of dollars trading gold and Nasdaq. And there's no reason that any one of us on this stream right now, or anybody that trades, can't do this. He trades his personal account. he gets into a position, he swings, he closes his positions out for millions of dollars, 800K, 200K. And there's no reason why any one of us can't have those same results. It's a mental thing, really. It's if you're not doing that, it's a mental block. I know that I have a mental block that I'm trying to overcome. I know I'm capable of doing it. I just don't want to. And I don't know why I don't want to. I feel that if I have too much money, then a lot of things will change. And maybe that's what I don't want to happen. But I got to get over that shit. I got to get over that. I guess it's hard to imagine having, I mean, what would it mean? What would it mean to have millions, possibly billions of dollars? Obviously, you'll be in a tax bracket, and if you're not protecting your wealth, you're going to give majority of that wealth to the government. That's for damn sure. Paying millions of dollars in taxes. So you definitely have to educate yourself on how to protect yourself from the government and transfer all that cash into wealth, or transfer most of that cash into assets, or put it into trust, or put it into a bank account that's owned by a trust or another entity that's not you. So you're not taxed, or people can't come after you. And I think that's what's the universe is kind of, because I've already shared this with you guys, but now I'm getting into how taxes work, how estate planning works, how to protect my assets from those that try to take it from me or try to get a piece of it. I mean, it's interesting that we live in a world where people feel comfortable suing you for a large sum of money, and then don't feel that okay, so if you're suing me for 5 million, I'm pretty sure I can hire a hitman for what? Cheaper than that? 5,000, 10,000? Take you out? Yeah, we live in a world where people are just comfortable with that. But, I guess it is what it is, right? So I guess if you don't want to commit a crime, you got to learn how to protect your assets and try to make yourself not more valuable dead than alive. That's something else. I don't want to be more valuable dead than alive, because I've seen plenty of those 24, 48-hour murder shows, and a lot of people lost their lives unnecessarily because of insurance, because somebody else put themselves into debt, and instead of taking accountability for their actions, there was like, so this person, I'm a beneficiary if this person dies, let me kill them and collect the insurance. It doesn't solve the problem. I mean, if you get away with it, you'll get the payout and you'll pay your debt, and you'll just put yourself right back into debt because you didn't learn anything. But people don't think like that. Anyway. It's all hypothetical, Alfred. But yeah, a knife trader. Well, like I said, I don't know. I've seen his results. I did join his Discord recently. I just wanted to see what it's like. Looks like people trade gold. Looks like the group trades gold more than anything. I haven't seen him trade live. I think he's on Telegram. I'm not going to download Telegram though. I just wanted to see what he, because like I said, I'm at a point where I don't necessarily need any more guidance, but I can definitely learn from other people's experience. Obviously, right now, I don't have a personal account that I'm making millions of dollars per trading, but just kind of listening to him, it looks like he gets into a position. Obviously, he probably trades heavy size, and he just swings his positions for several days, and he's able to be profitable, millions of dollars. All right, Alfred. Have a good night. Mm. Kind of going back to your question, Knife Art. Yeah, I mean, I definitely, yeah, it's definitely crazy. I don't know. I, I don't know. You think that the people that made these rules would just change the rules so, you know, you don't have to deal with stuff like that, but you got to create entities and then have these and have your assets owned by other entities that you control, especially if you're married or something like that. Honestly, as I'm diving deeper into law, I have become interested in becoming a lawyer potentially, but I looked at the requirements and I was like, nah, I'll just stay a consultant. I don't need to be a lawyer. I do not need to have the lawyer or attorney tag. I do not need that. I can be a consultant. Uh, Obviously, I can't represent anybody in court if I just choose to be a consultant, but as long as I understand the information and I correctly file certain things, then I really don't see a problem unless there are certain things that only lawyers and attorneys can file, and you have to go through those. You have to go through a lawyer or an attorney to do these things, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I'm pretty sure. There are some states that allows you to take the bar without actually going to law school. Unfortunately, Texas is not one of those states. New York allows you to take the bar after shadowing an attorney, being like in a shadow program or something like that. And I'm pretty sure there's other states, but like I said, I don't need to go to school to understand this information. I'm understanding it bit by bit as I go on, and it seems like marriage is it's. I feel that when you marry somebody, you're literally hiring an employee. You become a business, and that marriage certificate is a contract between you and your wife or you and your employee. And it just feels that way because if you really think about it, you're giving your wife your last name, depending on beliefs and views and whatever. If you if we're talking about a traditional marriage where the man works, the woman stays home barefoot and pregnant, she's doing certain tasks to build your home and yada yada blah blah blah. But when she no longer wants to be associated with your business or marriage, you literally have to pay her a severage package or alimony. You got to pay for her lawyers, which is crazy. I don't understand that part. But if you look at it from a business and employee relationship, if you leave a company, the company is literally doing the same thing, depending on what's agreed upon at your departure. It's literally the same thing. It's just different names, or they're calling it different, but it's the same thing. And now that I see it that way, I can't unsee it. I really can't unsee it. And that's why you really have to pay attention to who you marry. And I understand that it's not 100% romantic, but you have to have certain documents signed, things agreed upon. The same way when you join a company, they require you to sign documents before they onboard you. It's the same thing with a marriage. If you choose not to onboard your wife and have her sign documents before y'all tie the knot, well, we all know that divorces can get nasty, or when she leaves your company. And depending on if there was no documentation signed earlier on and what was hers and yours outside of the marriage, everything is fair game. Everything is fair game. So you got to make sure that all your documentations are in order before you marry. And if your partner chooses not to sign these documents and you choose to marry her anyway, well, unfortunately, if the relationship comes to an end and there is no protection, then that means the courts are usually on the side of, obviously, the one that makes the one that is considered the subordinate in the relationship. Usually the breadwinner would be considered, obviously, the person that has to pay the subordinate person or the subordinate party of the relationship. And if you have something to lose, you better have everything in documentation or documented. Everything documented. The courts, lawyers, attorneys, their world is documents, 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 and more documents. They spend majority of their time reading, or they delegate that task to somebody to read the documents for them. That's all their life is. So if you ever find yourself in a courtroom, you need to make sure that your documents are in order, because that's what they understand. And there, like I said, there's already certain things in place that if you don't have your documentation right, well, unfortunately, just be prepared to be highly upset, because a lot of your stuff will be split and a lot of your stuff will be given to the other person. And I don't think anybody appreciates giving something that they worked hard for to somebody else. At least I feel like I'm safe to assume that. I mean, I wouldn't recommend anything like that, Cave Trader. You have a nice... I wouldn't recommend any of this stuff. If getting married, starting a family is something that is important to you, well, you just have to protect yourself. Because if it's truly love, or what people consider love, we got to have these documentations in order first. And once the documentation is out of the way, because what a lot of people don't understand is that, at least on TV, or what a lot of people don't understand is that if you sign these documents that you'll get nothing. And that's not the case. If you agree upon, if you and your partner splits up, y'all can agree upon what's yours, what's theirs, what you're going to give them once the relationship is gone, have that notarized. And so if there is a divorce, you don't have to go through the nastiness of a divorce with the lawyers and the back and forth and the custody. Y'all can have all of that done at the start of the relationship, where y'all are quote unquote on the same ground or on the same page, versus towards the end where it's not necessarily looking for the best or what's best for the family, the kids, etc. But it's just always one person trying to destroy the other, or get back at the other, or feel entitled to this or that. It's, yeah. So, but kind of going back to the point, it's very interesting the things that I'm learning. It really does. I'm really starting to see the world a lot different. And a lot of things are making a lot of sense of why certain things happen the way that they do. Politics is, in my opinion, the evolution of the law. Because technically, well, no. I'll say that conversation for another day. And the reason why I'm just saving it for another day is because, like I said, I'm just now learning. I'm just learning this stuff now. I don't want to say something that's wrong because I misunderstand it. So I just want, we'll have this conversation some other time. But I think I probably should have been a lawyer, because, or not a lawyer, an attorney. I feel that the stuff that I'm learning, it's very natural. It's I kind of feel at home. Like this is something that I probably should have been doing as a career, or have my own practice, but I chose a different path. But I'm definitely going to stay on top of the tax code and stuff like that. Tax code, real estate, all that stuff. I'm definitely going to stay on top of that. It'll be interesting if I learn all this stuff and Trump actually does get rid of the IRS, which I highly doubt. But if we do find ourselves in a situation where he actually disbands the IRS, and we're no longer paying taxes, which doesn't even sound right. We've been paying taxes for so freaking long. And the government makes so much money off of taxes. I just don't see them giving up that revenue like that. Maybe reducing taxes, but not completely giving them all up. That would be crazy. Yeah, I think that should be cool. I Actually. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think that I didn't think I was gonna get this thing hit overnight. This will I'll probably get this thing hit probably later on tonight. I see a lot of liquidity at 4K. The market's definitely going to want to take that liquidity out. Price is at support. Mm. So, where were you short at, Cave Trader? You might, well, ew, god damn. Damn. Got short the bottom of this move, Cave Trader. Dang. Well, I don't know where your stop is, but 160, if we don't see a rejection at 160, then it could potentially be making its way back up to this long-term EMA. Right around 183. Mm. Oof. Looks like we're almost there. We are almost at our destination. Mm. Heck yeah. 'Cause this shit gonna work. Make sure that. You remember the last time that shit happened? Mm. Well, we only got one line today, or actually probably two. Why the heck would I do something stupid like that? 942. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Cave Trader, this could continue to go up, but like I said, if we don't see a rejection here, then shit. You know, maybe I should have took the damn. Damn. Mm, damn. Mm, damn. I'm gonna let this play overnight. I'm gonna let it play overnight. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. Okay. These Camarilla pivots, man, can they be accurate at times? Man, can they be accurate? They took their profits at R1. Hmm. Well, like I said, I'm just gonna let this position play out overnight. We'll see if the bulls step back up here. The one thing about this trade is that I was up about 100 something ticks, 106 ticks before this thing gave out on me. So It's definitely not ideal, I guess, to see that the market come all the way back down to my break even, and literally it took what, an hour for this to happen, and only a few seconds, a few minutes to drop down. So that's not fun, but hopefully we can see a continuation here. But all right, guys, that's it for me tonight. I appreciate everybody that joined me tonight. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.